Hello, welcome to another video. As promised, I'm just going to be doing a little bit of a comparison with the Kenner Retro collection. I was lucky enough to get the full set of 6. Hopefully they're going to release the other 6, because that'd be a great shame if they didn't. So I've got with me the new ones, and I'm just going to do a little bit of a comparison with the original figure. So obviously that's the new one. And here is the original one. Now, I would say pretty much on the sculpt, it's pretty identical. She's got the same black hair as was very typical with a later release of the Princess Leia figure. The original one had dark brown, if I remember correctly. And if I can see just through the cape, on the new version, looks like she's got a black belt as well. The cape is really nice. It's nice to see a really good condition original cape. Well, it's not original, it's a re-release, but you know what I mean. And the skin tone, that is pretty much exactly the same. It's a really beautiful job they've done, actually. And still got the same pegs on the feet, obviously. Yeah, really nice, really nice. This cape here is actually a repro cape that I made. So, because those are, you know, sometimes those cost more money than the actual figure itself, just the accessories. Okay, so there's the Princess Leia. And the next one we have is Luke Skywalker Farm Boy. So, on first inspections, it does look good, although I would say, well, I've literally just noticed this. What they've got is they've got brown plastic legs with white painted on the top, it looks like. Whereas the original had painted legs on white plastic. That's just a little something I've just noticed. And the card, again, obviously fantastic. I've heard some people complaining that these cards are thinner or too thin. They're thick enough for me. They feel quite thick. You know, as somebody who was brought up with the original line when I was a kid. The head sculpt, they've gone for the yellow-haired release, or the yellow-haired variant, which was one of the most common. Obviously the dark-haired, dark brown version fetches a lot more nowadays. And the skin tone is well, it's a slightly darker skin tone than the original. That's more of a kind of a strawberries and cream colour. And the saber, again, very nice. Skin tone on the hand is lovely. And pegs on the feet, exactly the same again. Okay, so let's move on from Luke to Han. So, Han Solo. Now, they've gone for the big head variant, which was actually a later release. The first line, the 77 line, were the small head variant. You can see the difference. Original here on the left. And I actually prefer the small head variant. There was just something too weird about the big head variant. The head looked too big for the body. Yeah, I mean, the one on the left is probably a little bit more sort of simplistic looking, but it's just my preference. I prefer the small head version. Apart from that, very much the same again. Same skin tone, same paint, and same buckle. Okay, so after Han, you got to do Chewie, really. So let's have a look at Chewbacca. Right. Okay. Pretty much identical. He's got quite small eyes on the re-release, which is quite nice. They've put a lot of detail into the nose there, as in the paint, that is. He's got just a solid gloss black bowcaster, whereas the original was more of a kind of a bluey green. And obviously there's not much differences in the paint because there's not much paint on him. He's majoritively just brown plastic. Obviously I can't check the back. Not on the re-release, that is. But this is pretty much a mint condition Chewbacca here from the original line. Okay, so now moving on to the next one. Okay, the Stormtrooper next. And one thing I would say about the Stormtrooper is there's a much sharper sculpt I don't know how they've managed to do that, but if you look around the torso, the chest area, it just seems a bit sharper, especially around the knee, the sniper guard and everything. Again, paint almost identical. The plastic is very, very, very minty white on the retro collection version. But this is mine. This is the best condition one I have. And apart from that, yep, a nice kind of blue-black blaster. Nothing really more to say on the Stormtrooper. Okay, and last but not least, Darth Vader. This is a 100% original cape on this one. Pretty difficult to tell, obviously, because he's all black. But again, slightly sharper sculpt on the head. Everything else, tickety-boo. And I can't compare the chest control panels because obviously he's got his cape folded over. But fantastic, all in all fantastic. I'm really impressed with the packaging. Really, really nice. One thing I would say though, it's a shame that we've got as I said before in a previous video, all the legal jargon mumbo jumbo folded up and shoved behind, because in my opinion that does detract from the displayability of it. But all in all, these are fantastic, and I really can't wait until they release the next 6, if they release the next 6. I really, really hope that they do. So there you go, that's the full 6. I hope you found my little review useful. These are fantastic, they really are. I'm really tempted, obviously, as anybody would be, to just rip them open, but I don't think I'm going to do that. And I can't wait to complete it and get the 12. It really is so lovely to see them all in their original packaging. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care, I'll see you soon, and may the Force be with you.